So, I'm colorblind, and obviously that's not good. Now, I don't think I've gone public about this, but this video is about my colorblindness and how it affects my life and such. As always, make sure to subscribe and like the video. So basically, all colorblindness or color deficiency is just when your color receptive cones have a deficiency in their ability to perceive that respective color. Or basically, you can't see colors as well. Humans have 3 cones: red, green, and blue, or RGB. And there are also multiple types of colorblindness. There's red, green deficiency, blue, yellow deficiency, and finally, the rarest of them all, monochrome color deficiency, seeing everything in black and white, affecting just 1 in 33,000 individuals. Also, Chandler from the Mr. Beast team has that, by the way. Now we can talk about my color deficiency, which is a bit odd and it's more of a mix than a type. My green color cones are around 60 to 75% color receptive, my red color cones are around 75% to 92%, and my blue cones are anywhere from 95% to 100%. Now the reason I say around that number is because the tests aren't always accurate, and I might score a 75% on my green cones in one test, but in another test score 60%. So it really just depends on the accuracy of that test and its respective difficulty. Now, how does this affect my daily life? Well, actually, not that much. As you already heard, it's more of a defectiveness than a colorblindness, although sometimes some things are very hard to tell apart from another. For example, if I play Monopoly or something, the red spaces, Illinois Avenue, Kentucky Avenue, and Indiana Avenue sometimes blend in with the magenta or pink spaces, St. Charles Place, Virginia Avenue, and States Avenue. Now that may have not been the best example, but I do want to give you a little bit more backstory on exactly how this came to be. So essentially, when I was a little kid and my parents were teaching me colors, they said that after I took the first test around 3 years ago, they said that it actually made a bit of sense, because I didn't learn colors very quickly at all. And this is no sob story, but I do want to mention that if a person tells you that they are colorblind, please, for the love of spaghetti, don't quiz them on colors, like ask them what color your shirt is or something. And that's for 2 reasons. One, even if they see everything in like shades of blue, they still memorize the color names. They can tell you at least mostly what they are. And number 2, it may come off as rude or annoying, and I speak this from experience because when I meet someone for the first time, I like to tell them I'm somewhat colorblind so I don't seem like I'm ignorant and don't pay attention to what they're talking about when it comes to colors. But then sometimes they'll ask me to make sure what color's your hair and stuff like that. Personally, I don't think it's rude, but I know some people might, and this goes for most disabilities. Just be kind. Don't worry though, as I will do my normal style video soon. I just wanted to do some of this for a little bit. And also, soon I'm going to be doing a review on some mice and keyboards, so make sure you stay tuned for that. I'm not sure exactly when, but sometime this or next year. I think that's going to be really, really cool. I have some really great video ideas planned. I've also been learning telebridging, which is really, really cool, because I, as of right now, only know how to moonwalk and godbridge and stuff like that. So hopefully by the time that this video comes out, I should know almost exactly how to telly. And yeah, I've already done a few. So anyhow, I don't think that being colorblind, or at least somewhat colorblind, is that bad. I mean, it is not really noticeable that much at the time. I would like to mention that my colorblindness is very mild. It's not the most significant, but it is still there. Also, going back to what I said earlier, the different types of colorblindness with different types of colors are called different things. So for example, red, green colorblindness is called Protan. Blue, yellow is called Duetan. There are some other ones, I'll leave them in the description, but yeah. Also, if you're squeamish, look away now, because I'm going to pop up some pictures on screen right now of the rods and the cones and just explain a little bit on how they work. So the rods basically give you vision when it comes to night and control the light in your eyes. Cones, like I already said earlier, give you color, and this is how they're laid out. So basically, I'll read to you a little bit of what a little bit of this says. So right here, it says, the rods and the cones, or the film, of this retina are the receptors which record the image and transmit it through the optic nerve for the brain to interpret. Or in simpler terms, it just tells the brain what you're seeing. And the pupil is the opening at the center of the iris. The size of the pupil is adjusted to control the amount of light that is entering the eye, I assume a lot of people already know that though. Then we have the lens, the iris, the rod concentration, optic nerve, and the retina. And then we have the cornea. Light passes through the cornea, is a transparent window in the front of the eye, and through the lens to the focus on the retina. With that being said, I think it's time that we wrap this up. I hope you enjoyed this little video and maybe this little science information. I don't know. Alright, see you next time.
And I can't stop myself from falling.